is me, Pedguin. I have a great computer setup. The one problem is my wire management. My wire management is so bad. I have 4 monitors, I have 2 PCs, I have a GoXLR, I have a Stream Deck, I have a short microphone, I have an actual digital Sony camera. It's immaculate. It's perfect in every way. I should be getting a new PC soon. I need to order it. But GeForce Now and Nvidia and all those lovely people are gonna send me a 3080. I'm just gonna build a PC around it. It's gonna be the, oh my goodness. It's gonna be a beautiful PC. It's gonna be a beautiful PC. I'm gonna make my current gaming PC, which is a pretty powerful PC. I'm gonna make that my streaming PC. I'm gonna take the streaming PC that I originally borrowed from the office like 2 years ago, and I'm gonna return that. I'm gonna be, here's your PC back. I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna be like, wait, you had our PC? We forgot about that. We didn't write anything down. We're an idiot. And I'm like, you snooze, you lose. And then I'm gonna have my gaming PC be an absolute beast. I might upgrade some of my monitors at some point. I actually have 4 monitors right now, but on my streaming PC, I might just get a bigger monitor and then just have 1 monitor. Because right now, 2 monitors takes up so much room. Ignore all my cans and my spicy chili flakes, all right? Look, this entire monitor is used for my like followers, my subs, my bits. Unless I have a crazy stream going on like a subathon, I don't really need that at all. Then I have this up there, which is my stream. As you can see, I've moved to OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS. Fuck Streamlabs. It's my gaming monitor. This is one PC here. You can see my mouse, and then move my mouse over here. You can see my mouse over here. And look, I have a so that's these are what this is my streaming PC. These 2 monitors here. And now with the same mouse. Oh my god, my desk is so. Oh, I just had a sandwich. It's crumbs everywhere. Ignore that. I have a program that links my 2 PCs together. And watch, I can move my mouse onto the other PC. Look. Look at that. I have a program that links. So it's just like a 3rd monitor. How cool is that? That's my Melville game. This is where I play my games on this monitor. And then there is where I pull things. I might Google something. I might have a different tab open. I will pull it into this monitor to show you guys. Yeah, keyboard too. I can type here, poo. It's tiny. Format, big. See, I can type that on there. And one good thing is because my keyboard actually has a hard drive in there, it remembers what I copy pasted. So I can actually copy paste things from one computer to the other computer because my keyboard actually remembers what it's copying. The keyboard itself has a hard drive in there and remembers. So between 2 PCs, I can copy paste things just seamlessly. And I'm really proud of that. I feel like I've got a really good setup. Now, it's not the most expensive setup. It's not the most like beautiful setup, but it's a setup that really like works. You know what I mean? Like everything just works. It's seamless. I don't get irritated by everything. I don't get games that don't open up. I don't get games that are low FPS. What program do I use? I use a program called Synergy. Yeah. If you came to my house and played on my setup, you wouldn't know you were on 2 different PCs. You'd think you're just on 1 PC. Even though, one is broadcasting the stream, it's using the CPU to just keep the stream going and making sure there's no frame drops and it's at a good consistent bit rate with high resolution, blah, 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 blah. And then my other PC, because this is one of the problems when you're streaming on one PC, is you've got OBS churning all the CPU and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then when you go to load up a game on the exact same PC, the game doesn't take into account that you're already using a lot of CPU power and all this other stuff elsewhere, right? So what a game will do is be like, oh, you're playing a video game. Okay, these are your settings that you should use. Maximize max settings, because we've got a modern day PC. But what it doesn't take into account is I'm already using a lot of the CPU on OBS. So what happens is suddenly I start to get frame drops. I'm like, why am I getting frame drops? This game said I should be able to play on max graphics, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we do play unoptimized games and you do get like frame drops. But in situations like that, I just boot up GeForce Now. GeForce Now is really, really awesome. Not a lot of streamers do a display capture. I do a display capture. I capture my monitor. I capture everything. A lot of people are scared of doing this because, you know, they might open up Discord and then suddenly it's on this screen and then they leak their nudes or whatever the fuck, right? One of the reasons I do it is because, one, I think it just works better when playing games, because with the 2 PC setup, I have an Elgato capture card in my streaming PC, and then I have a HDMI that comes from my gaming PC, and then it just directly puts what I can see straight to the streaming PC. One for one, everything that I see, you can see on this monitor. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if like I'm full screening a game, because sometimes it you know, OBS isn't capturing this game for some reason, but I can see it. Why can't you guys see it? It's one for one. I will never ever have that issue. It's because it's one for one. You always see what I can see. Streaming suggestions, GoXLR. I wish I bought a GoXLR the first day I started streaming. Even not as a streamer, I love that shit. This is a GoXLR right here. This is what controls my voice. Blah 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 blah. This is what controls my music, and I can change that on the fly. You guys can hear for one for what I can hear, and I can also hear my own voice in my headset and stuff like that. So I've got my audio set to this. I can turn it up and down. You guys can hear one for what I can hear. So if you guys, you know, if it's too loud, I know it's too loud, etc, etc, etc. But even if it is like, I forget it's too loud or something, I can change it super easily. This is Discord. I can turn Discord up and down whenever I feel like it, and sometimes I'll be in Discord with everyone. Honestly, I use this more off stream than on stream, and everyone will be really loud while I'm watching a video really quick, and I'll just turn everyone down and then like turn something up or something. This is just system sounds, so alerts, and everything else like YouTube and the game and stuff. And sometimes I need to turn that down, because sometimes you'll open up a game and the game will just be suddenly super loud, right? And I can just quickly do that, and then bam. Suddenly the game is no longer too loud for me and for you guys. That way I can go into the settings, I can change the volume of the game without blowing your ears off, right? It's a very quick way of doing that. This also has, you know, quick buttons to do some fancy things. And you can have presets as well. So you can be like, Roger. And there's lots of different I don't even know what I've got to set up. It sounds like I've got an echo one, a megaphone one, and just some random ones. I don't use it that much, but you can use it for that. And you can change these whenever you want as well.
So this one is reverb, this one is pitch. So I can
immediately
turn this one
up and down.
And it's super
easy to do. I could just turn up this reverb, or I can turn up the echo loads and loads, or whatever. And they have a gender one as well. Who cares? They have robot. I don't know. That's just some fancy shit, just in case you want to be fancy. Or you can use them for just audio clips. So
it's high noon.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, you can just get a couple of those things, and you can change them, update them. Super simple. It's so easy to do. You can just listen to the audio itself whilst holding down the button and record it. You don't even need to save it. You don't even need to do anything fancy. So GoXLR, super helpful. I actually bought another one of these, a smaller one, which is just this bit here, and I want to set it up to my second PC. Because if I set it up with my second PC, I can individually change some of the audio devices on my second PC. For example, I could have that one just as my game sounds, but then on my second PC, I could have alerts have their own individual sounds. I could make it so redemptions, and I can just change them on the fly whenever, just in case I'm playing a game and then something suddenly distracted me and I need to hear, or what's it called? It's called a GoXLR. If you're a streamer, I 100% recommend it. One last thing that the GoXLR is really good at, when you first install it, when you first plug it in, when you first download everything, make sure you watch a tutorial, by the way, online. There's some good ones out there. When you first install it, it installs a bunch of drivers. And here you go, you can see them here, just to quickly show you. Anything with TC Helicon GoXLR is the drivers that it specifically installed. Now, if I'm playing a game or something, I can make sure to have each one of these go to the right place. So one's called chat, you know, one's called game, one's called music. It's super simple, right? One's called sample, one's called system. Like, it's super basic, but it installs all these drivers and everything will go through the GoXLR. Yeah, you could be playing a game and, oh, which mic shall I use? Oh, I know which mic it is, it's the chat mic. But one reason that is really good is it because it separates all the audio. Because usually when you're recording stuff, everything is in just one big chunk. All the music is together, all the audio is together, all the chat is together, everything is just stuck together, right? So when I'm recording like TTT, for example, or GTA with the Yogscast, I can set my recording to only record my game audio. I can make it be like, I don't want my voice audio, you know, I can separate them really easily. And then I can have Audacity separate my audio and just record my audio specifically. That way, you know, everything's high quality. They can move my audio if need be. It's not tied to the game or whatever. And there is some fancy things you can do with the GoXLR as well. You can make it so it only mutes Discord for the stream and it doesn't mute it for me just by holding the buttons and doing some fancy things. And there's a million different things. It's a really intelligent piece of software and hardware that's been created. And it's probably the best tool for streaming. Oh, let me show you something really cool about the sliders. This only happens if you get the big version, the big fancy version, because they do have the smaller version which doesn't include this right half, which honestly is perfectly fine. You get the drivers and you get everything, but you just get the sliders, which is fine. But it doesn't include the motor inside. These actually have motors inside. So if I decide to mute myself like that, it immediately pulls this down. God damn, I keep muting myself. I should do it with the audio instead. But look, I can immediately mute the audio. And it pulls that all the way down. How cool is that? And it puts it back up. I can bring the music up, turn it off, back on, turn it off, back on. And I can do that with Discord. I can do that with the game sounds. I can do that with everything. So that's awesome. And when I end the stream sometimes, you know, I need to fade out the music. And sometimes I like to fade out my goodbyes as well. Goodbye, guys. Bye. You know, I like to do a little bit of them. And that's all possible because of this. You know, like it's honestly the best piece of hardware software that I've ever bought for streaming. And honestly, even if I wasn't streaming at this point, I'd probably buy it as well. Just because it's, you know, it's just a quality of life thing. Oh, I want my music louder. I want my game louder. I want my game quieter. I want my Discord louder. I want my Discord quieter. I want mine loud. Someone said I'm loud. Oh, okay, I can fix that really quick. You know, just on Discord, talking to friends. How much is your whole setup? 3 to 4K? 3 to 4K probably pays for the PCs. Because the camera itself is like over £500. Half of this was paid from subathons as well. Like, we would do a subathon, then I'd buy a piece of gear. I'd do a subathon, I'd buy a piece of gear. I have a standing desk. See? But I've not been using it because of my bad wire management. I need to fix my wire management so I can finally stand up again. My legs have been internally bleeding for the last year. Let me try and go through everything. I've got 2 PCs. I don't know, one's probably over $1,000, one's over $2,000 probably. 4 monitors. I have a GoXLR, Stream Deck, obviously a nice keyboard, nice mouse, 2 fancy lights. I got a digital Sony camera. I got another camera which I don't use, but you know, I did just then. This is the best microphone in the industry as well. Got microphone arm. I got 2 arms for monitors as well, so I can hold them up. I have soundproofing everywhere behind you guys, which you can't see. I got a really untidy room back here as well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I'm probably not even noticing right now. These headphones ain't cheap. Really good though, Sennheiser ones. Everything I've got is the best. The only thing I need to change with my entire setup is the wire and maybe the look of my room. My room doesn't look nice. Everything is the best that I could possibly ask for though. Corsair keyboard, Logitech mouse, Shure microphone. I mean, I could get a better camera, but I mean, this camera is pretty good. You know, like I just like the quality. You know what I mean? Like it's got good FPS. The lighting, it really helps with the lighting. It looks nice. Yeah, it makes yeah. Boom, 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 ba-dum, dum, dum. I don't share my setup too often. Like I want to take pictures of it and show it off because my wire management is just like really bad. Like really bad. Like I can show you a little bit of how terrible it is. Look at just look at that. Like that's just all over the fucking place. You know what I mean? That's my digital camera, really fancy. And then under here is even worse. Like, it's just a goddamn nightmare. Like, I need to fix that shit. Because I have such a fucking beast setup, but it's just the wires.